Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. As you log on this morning, ladies and gentlemen, as you log on, go ahead and drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Let me know where you're calling in from. Drop it in the chat where you're calling in from, along with those affirmations. It is Thursday, and you guys know we always close the week out strong. So go ahead and drop it in the chat where you're calling in from, those affirmations. This is your BYOB profit call, and we're about to get this call started in just a moment. All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Who do we have on the line this morning? Good morning. I see Toledo. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Milwaukee. Good morning, good morning. Cleveland. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Milwaukee. Good morning, Cleveland. Good morning. Good morning, Maryland. Good morning. Good morning, England. Good morning, Jacksonville, Minnesota. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Now, good morning, Stone Mountain. Guys, keep dropping it in the chat as you log on. Drop it in the chat where you're calling in from. Bahamas, good morning. And right with those affirmations. So understanding, I am an educated BYOB master trader anointed for wealth. I am the signal. All my trades in profit, I am 777. So we definitely, yes, we want to make sure that we're walking in the right energy, the right space, the right thought process, right? We want to make sure that we're walking in all of that, okay? Got to, have to, mindset. I see I'm the 1%. You know, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. So patience, profit. Now, once again, if you know what I want to do, like I said, we're gonna close this week out strong. And if this is your first time here with us this morning, go ahead and drop a 111 in the chat. And if you are still learning how to cash out, drop a 222. All right. And I'm gonna get this screen share together. I think I'm gonna get it together. We think we got it. Okay. And I do have it. Good morning. All right, let's go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna refresh this. We need to refresh it. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we always want to come in here. Let me help you guys understand exactly how this works. So I see some 111s, I see some 222s. Good morning, good morning. I'm explaining you how these calls work. So in the mornings at Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. to 9 a.m., not to 9 a.m., 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're live as far as our profit call, meaning that we're taking our education, taking what we've learned, and we're actually implementing it. And then on Tuesdays and Thursday nights is what we call market talks. And in the evening on the market talks, what we're doing is we're educating you, right? We're helping you understand what's happening, what's going on. And so on Tuesdays is our basics, foundation. You got to build on the solid foundation. Tuesdays is our basics, and tonight is our advanced. So Tuesday, we're laying the groundwork, and on Thursdays, we're helping you advance your skill set so you can build a relationship with the market. And that's ultimately, where your success is going to lie. So you want to make sure you're plugged in. You want to make sure you show up. You want to make sure you're here. And then that's ultimately because what we're doing is educating you. We believe that an educated trader is a profitable trader. And knowing that you are a profitable trader, an educated trader is a profitable trader, we're really going to put you on the right side, put you on that side where you can actually build and understand how the market's moving, why it's doing what it's doing, so you can ultimately walk in the profit and wealth, okay? So that's what we do. I am Tasha, I'm the Trade Whisperer, creator of the BYOB cash out strategy. So you definitely want to be plugged in with Be Your Own Bank. Okay. So now what I'm doing is what we're going to do first is we're going to always check the news. Okay. We always have to check the news. Now I'm talking about the financial news, and that's because the fundamentals move the market. They determine the direction of the market. They determine where the market is going. However, my technical analysis that we're going to get to in just a moment, that's actually going to determine how you take the trade. All right. So the fundamentals move the market. Our technical determines how we take a trade. And so in understanding that, what we do first is we come in and we begin to look at this, okay? We come in and we began to see what's transpiring. Now, we had some news yesterday. Can I get some 777s? I already know y'all caught some of the movement. I know you did. Can I get some 777s in the chat if you cashed out? That's all I'm saying. I know, there we go. There they go. There they go. There they go. And you see how you're able to do that on your own, right? I love it. So now, as we look through here, I saw the Telegram chat. I saw it, y'all, because y'all get your coffee. It's Thursday. We closing the week out strong. I'm telling you, you get up, make some coffee, and enjoy the call, and that's what we do. So I already know. There they go. Now you guys waking up slowly but surely, right? So now, as we look here and as we see, there's really not much happening today. All right, not much happening. But as you can see, we do have unemployment claims. So let's go ahead. We check more than one. Okay, we gotta check more than one. And let me actually refresh both of them. You want to refresh them because it doesn't always update. So you see how this one pulled up now? So we had yesterday, we had a nice red folder. Today, you see we have the initial jobless claims, like you can kind of see what's coming out, non-farm productivity, a few reports. However, the report of the week, the report of the month, the report that happens each and every single month that should give the market some direction, a lot of liquidity, is NFP, which is non-farm payroll. That's going to happen tomorrow at 8:30. So remember, we don't run from the news. We open the news. We analyze the news. We want to understand, because I'm telling you, this is how the market grabs direction. All right. This is how the market grabs direction. And when you understand that this is how the market grabs direction, you will understand it. So you understand how the market's flowing, how it's moving, where it's going. All right. That's what you begin to understand. And then of course we kind of dive in and then that's how we take our trades. All right. That's where we begin, and that's how it works. So now you can see, like I said, we have that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come on over to the charts. Now, we're going to analyze a few things, but I want you to look at our trades from yesterday. All right. Now, I don't know why it's not showing up consistently. That's what I was playing with. Let me see. Some of them were, some of them were not. I don't know. Now, I do have it up on my other browser, but it was there and it's not. So this is my cookies, okay? I'm going to have to go in and clean it. If you guys see that, you can pull it up. So I'm going to be pulling from, you won't see what I'm pulling, but once again, what should be up? Your computers. All right, you should be able to see it, your computers. You should have your alerts up where they pull in through here. Once again, it's completely my device. All right, so I do want you all to see, our trade from yesterday. Now I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna walk you through, right? I'm gonna walk you through how to, how to look at it. I'm definitely gonna do that. But, I want to show you how important it is to understand the market. Anybody grab this GBP USD, right? Anybody? Because this is one of the things we talked about yesterday. And this is where we were yesterday. And ultimately, you can see how it pulled up. Now, why am I showing you this before we get started? So it's almost about 30 pips that moved up before it bounced off of this support resistance line that's right here. Now, why am I showing you this before we analyze? Because the trades don't always play out while we're on the call, but this is why your education is so important. This is why it's so important for you all to build that and understand. And as we analyze, and you can kind of take it back and you can do it as well. So you see here, look at what happened. Do you see we drew this yesterday and this ultimately came back through as well? You kind of see that? So once again, that's almost 40 pips that this actually moved up before getting to this psychological level. And so this is how you want to begin to build your relationship with the market. And so you guys, that's 2 trades we did yesterday morning. We looked at more than that, but this is 2 trades we did yesterday morning that you guys should have taken profit on. You should have been able to go back in and actually take that trade, right? That's what you should have been able to do. And so now what I want to do is I'm going to walk you through, okay? I'm going to walk you through the BYOB cash out strategy, but we're going to do it from the analysis of a live trade, okay? That's where we're going to do it from. And so let me find, did I lose my browser? Here we go. So once again, now I'm gonna pull. Now, if you're looking at the vibrata, the alerts that that are invisible to us right now, you do see quite a few hours on there. Okay, they got Euro NZD that's on the hour, Euro AUD that's on the hour, NZD JPY that's on the hour, right? So some of those are on the hour. Now let me see. I'm gonna grab one. Actually, you know what? Let me write it, because I flip screens, so it's not there. So I have to write it down because it's invisible on our call. All right. And I'm going to do, so we're going to look at NZD JPY, okay? We're going to look at that one because on the 5 minute, can you guys see it on yours? Or is yours invisible like mine? So on the 5 minute, right? What you're seeing, it triggered on a 5 minute and it triggered on an hour for a buy. Okay. Now, you guys, I'll pull this back up when we get, okay. See, it's just, I told you it's me. So when that happens, that's what I'm saying. It's the cookies. I can see it on my other browser. I just can't see it on where we are. So hey, I don't know. It just did it too, because I had to log back in. But I'm glad you can see it. So you guys should see the NZD JPY. All right. Now, so why is yours out, right? We got too many things going on alike. So other than our names, it's always us. It's always us. We just gonna keep riding together. All right. So, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put these triggers in here so you guys can understand. And we're gonna analyze it, okay? And we're gonna talk about the BYOB cash out, but we're gonna do it from a live trade, okay? A live trade. Now, all right. All right, you see how close they are? So they were like a pip difference, okay? It triggered a pip difference. I'm trying to, if I come down, you'll see it better. Okay, you see that? So they're really, really close. They triggered really, really close together. So now if I could start from the hour, I can start from the 5 minute, it really doesn't matter. So if I start from here, what you're seeing, just to kind of understand, actually, this is what I'm gonna do. So understanding the strategy, let's get to the 15-minute chart. And then, like I said, I'll walk you through how, because this is live. So I'm gonna walk you through analyzing that live trade. So what we're looking for, and this is why you wanna be on the basics call, because she walks you through, the foundation so you can understand. We gotta build that solid foundation, guys, have to. Now, our stochastic, that blue line cross over the red and upward momentum, you have a green candle with a flat bottom and a PSR flip to the bottom, okay? This is BYOB cash out strategy. Now, here we go. Blue line cross over the red and an upward momentum, green candle, flat bottom, PSR flip to the bottom, okay? Stochastic, leading indicator, green candle, right trend candle, PSR, right, parabolic stop and reversals, dynamic support and resistance moving with it. So this is what that looks like. And then you want to go to your hour, and on your hour, what you're doing is your time frame confluence, okay? That's what we're going to do. It's called time frame confluence. So I jump up here to my hour. Now, what you notice is I cannot take that trade right there. This is what I want you to see. And I'm going back because, yes, we are going to analyze this live, but you see how it's sitting on a resistance point. And so I want you to be able to understand the strategy really quickly is as I'm here, okay? But when I come up to my confluence, even though this candle's pulling back, my stochastic is straight down. My stochastic is a leading indicator. So I have to have, I need that to be in alignment. I need all of this where I got the green candle, the peace art. I don't need all of that on my higher time frame. Remember, they feed in two. One thing I really want you to grasp is they feed in two. You're looking at the same market from different viewpoints, okay? We're looking at the same, right? This does not change no matter, this is a real price. You see the real price is up here as well, but this does not change. This does not change based on the time frame you're on. Your trend price might change, right? Because it's calculated off, you see, look, let me show you. You see that 0.94, we'll go deeper into this evening. 9.4, you see this, 9.3. So you see my trend price might change, but my real price will never change. Why does my trend price change? Because it's the Hikanashi candles and they're calculated per time frame that you're on. So it's important to have your real price available to you, whether you're looking at it right here like I do, or you're looking at it right here, okay? It's important to have that real price, okay? So understanding that I'm looking at the exact same market, understanding that I'm looking at that, okay? When I'm looking at the exact same market from a different perspective. So when I'm up here, right, they feed in two. So the 5 minute needs to be doing what the 15 is doing because it is a lower time frame. It feeds into the 15. You got so much more activity. So that one absolutely needs to, but my hour, when I check my confluence, does not, because it's feeding the 15, it's feeding into the 30, which is feeding into the hour. And when I say that, because I'm not gonna, on my 5 minute, I'm gonna see all the activity. On my higher time frame, I'm not going to see all the activity. So if I wait for a setup here, right? Because I get a candle every hour. If I wait for a setup here, you're going to miss your trade and then some. Now my lower time frame, I got more activity. So you want it doing, because if it's not going where you want it to go, if it's not the right setup, then what's going to happen is you're going to get more pullback. And obviously you'll see a change of direction on the lower time frame first. So you need to confirm and understand what it's doing. Or, you want it in that same direction. All right. Hold on. All right. So here we go. Now, so we have to wait for that alignment, okay? We have to wait for that alignment. And when we get that alignment, that's when we can take a trade, okay? And you can see how that played out. So now let's go ahead and jump up here. Now I didn't drop down because, I could drop down now if we had to wait on the alignment. So you can see what I mean, right? You want that to still be buying. Now you could have waited for that real tight entry until this began to pull up. You see how it pulled back, and you could have waited to that real tight entry. Like I said, we'll dive a little bit deeper into all of that this evening because that's what the advanced call is for. Now, let's talk. So here we are. We triggered on, these are our entry trigger points on the 5 and the hour. So let's look at my hour first. Okay, let's look at that. Let's look at it. So typically it's called, and what, a correction. So here, my hour, all right, my hour, what I'm seeing is my hour, look at my stochastic on my hour, it has been in a buy, right? And if I look at my, up here around, the higher time frame, like not the higher, if I look up here around where this resistance line is, you see my stochastic is pulling up where I'm overbought, right? You see where my stochastic is pulling up, and you also see where it's hitting on that support and resistance. So it's actually a resistance point. I just say it like that because you guys know I'm gonna mix it up. You've been with me for a minute. I'm gonna mix it up. I'm going to do that. So, but you see, it doesn't. I don't put a lot of emphasis in it because it's the same line. It's the same line. It just depends on the direction you approach it from. That's it. All right. So you notice that we're rejecting, okay, we're rejecting. And so if you see that we're rejecting, okay, you see that rejection, then what you're looking at is, now let's come check our 4 hour. So you notice that we didn't pull up. We're not really pulling up that much further. Now let's check our 4 hour where our confluence would be. Now we are definitely overbought. Okay, we're overbought, but we're still buying. Overbought is up. If I'm up here in this zone, that's overbought. Don't try to make it more than what it is if I'm up here at the, my momentum, my stochastic, the momentum of my stochastic, right? I'm up here at the top, I'm down here at the bottom. If I'm up here at the top, I'm overbought. That means there's too many buyers in the market, and eventually it's gonna have to shift to reset itself for that to shift, okay? Because there's too many buyers in the market. And when I'm down here, there are too many sellers. So remember, we're profiting on movement, but these are real transactions you're looking at. There is some buying, there is selling happening. So that means there are too many buyers in the market. We're just looking at the market from a different perspective, okay? That's how we're seeing the market. And that this overbought, that's why I say don't overthink it. That just means there's too many buyers in the market, all right? So but yeah, we're getting rejected. So let's look and see where we are, all right? Let's look and see where we are. When I look and I'm looking, all right, when I look left, then you can definitely see how, you got the reaction on this, our trigger point, right? This is where our trigger point is, and you can see the reaction that's happening off of my trigger point. Now, I want you to understand where we are. I'm gonna put this psychological level on here. All right. So I want you to understand where we are. So remember, guys, right? My psych levels, okay? It's blue. So you see where we are? My psych levels are areas in the market that the market respects. That's what they are. There are areas in the market that the market respects. This is where it triggered. Now, it's technically really on top of that psych level because it could be within that zone. So what we're doing is we're analyzing a real trade, okay? We're analyzing that. So if I'm looking here, I can see my hour, right? You see the rejection, It triggered for a buy though. So if I'm looking at where I am in the market, there's a valid trigger. Look at that 4 hour. We have a new 4 hour candle. So it's very, very valid. But am I really about to buy at this moment, right? Am I going to buy at this moment? This has to reset. We are overbought and it's a strong level. Exactly. So it's always called in a correction, which means that there should be some sales happening. So you notice that the ones that are triggered on a higher time frame are going to be a lot stronger. They're going to have more impact because they're called on a higher time frame. So they're definitely going to have more impact. So now let's go ahead and let's look at my lower time frame where this one was triggered, okay? So all of this kind of happened within the same area, not very recently. So you see the correction happening off of, right? I see my correction happening. I see that shift happening. So now you can see where, like I said, this correction is happening. And so it's always caught in the correction. So you see it as strong on the hour, but now I see it on the lower time frame. All right, blue line cross over the red. This is why this is important, because you guys will log on and see this. Blue line cross over the red and downward momentum. Red candle with a flat top piece or flip. You're ready to sell. That's what you're ready to do. Let's check our confluence. You can't sell. So, but this also goes back to the other point I was making. So even though, remember I told you guys, hold on. Who hadn't had this little raggedy cough in a minute like this? It's getting better, see? All right. So now what you're seeing is, okay, so here you see the correction happening. Come up here to my 30-minute, you see what a rejection. Most of the time when I look at my 30-minute, when I look at my trigger point, you'll see this red. But what you're seeing, I remember I told you there are sometimes you don't see it red. Sometimes it doesn't, but it's still a valid trigger because I understand where I am in the market and you understand that I'm rejecting off of this area. So even I'm overbought as well. So, and then let's go back. So we got two triggers and they're very valid, but you also see where you are in the market, overbought. So we're not about breaking through this right now. So It's not that they're caught in a separate direction, is that the market triggers the way the market is supposed to trigger. It triggers based on if this and then that, right? That's how it triggers. But if you're looking at this, right, then you might be like, oh, it might be setting up for a sale here soon. That's what I would get out of it if I'm looking and I can see all of this. So the triggers were very valid, but then you look at the market and the market is going to tell you if it's continuing, because it would have triggered back here, should have triggered back there, right? And then ultimately, my 4 hour is here, okay? And why is this not there? Come on now, work with me. It's overbought all the way up. So this is a good setup. So now remember, I was telling you guys that when it starts, like when you start seeing the momentum, why does my lower time frame when I do my BYOB cash out, why when I do my time frame Confluence, why does my lower time frame need to be in the direction that I'm going? So let's just say I was still buying, and you can kind of see that. But what we're looking at, remember, on each time frame, this is just a good one to make this point. So I'm gonna make the point. I'm rejecting across the board. I'm rejecting overbought. See, each time frame rejecting and overbought. My next time frame rejecting overbought. My next time frame rejecting overbought. You can see it, even though the momentum is still pushing in that buy. You know how far up are you going? It's rejecting overbought. So when we start seeing a shift or a change, it's going to be on the lower time frame first. You see the rejection on the higher time frame in the wicks, but here you see the activity. So if we thought we were going to jump in and take a buy, I need this to be going with me. This is where the change happens. It's either going to pull out of this correction and it will pull up into that buy, or this is where you see the shift starting to happen. Are we going to go into a sale? Is the market going to completely reject and then kind of turn around? What's going to happen? Well, this is where you see it first. See, same market, different viewpoint. Do you guys see it? I need to know. See how they look? Do you guys see it? Yes, no, maybe so? All right, good. So really beginning to understand each time frame, really beginning to understand how they play together, really beginning to understand like how the time frames correlate together, that's really going to help you. Because what I do know for a fact is, see now look, we just got a new 15 minutes. See how it was on the 5 first, not a 15? What I know for a fact is that you all, you'll see the setups, but getting in a trade is where most people, sometimes it's not even seeing it. You guys don't even attempt to go see the setups. Like that's reality. Like sometimes that happens. But you guys are not really honing in on that, or you're taking trades and not caring about the setup. So I want to be clear, because we're going to go look at this one now. I want to be clear that we have to, you have to build and understand. So yes, it's as simple as 10 pips and cash out. If, unless you want to trade longer, swing trade. It's as simple as understanding. So when we go from Tuesday sets a strong foundation. We're not on Tuesday's call. We're not talking about support and resistance lines. We're not talking about, trend lines. We're not talking about all of that stuff, because you have to understand the foundation. You have to understand how you can get in and push the button. You have to understand those things. So we're not going over that, because you have to lay the foundation. But then you keep going and you have to build on top of that. You have to build from there. So it allows you to build your confidence, to begin to see the market, to begin to understand some things, but we can't just live there, okay? And I say that because if you don't see like this, this is going to enhance your skill set. I mean, you got to understand when the market's overbought. You got to understand when it's rejecting and everything. And so it was triggered on 2 different time frames, which means it's a strong trigger. It's a strong trigger, but it's typically caught in a correction. So my hour is going to correct to go into my 4 hour, right? That's what's going to happen. But I'm overbought straight across the board. So that's just really strong right there. So let's jump back over here. Let's go. Now, this trigger for a sale. So I'm not going to remark it up, right? I'm not going to start from scratch on this one. All right, because I want to keep my channel here. Like you see my channel that we drew? You see how the market is respecting our channel? All right. So the market's been respecting our channel. And so now this actually triggered on the hour for a sell. So let's see where we are. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what brought along the trigger. So what did it trigger? It triggered, actually, it's not a trigger from here, it's the harmonic scanner. So let me call it that way. All right, so noticing that it hit that psych level, right? Or that midpoint on the sites. So now what I want to do is we're not going to leave that. The other ones were orange. Yesterday's were orange. We'll make it yellow. So what we'll do is put these numbers on here. Now you see how you end up with a coloring book? How I end up, right? You see that? Uh-oh. How you way down there? Hold on. This make me want to go check my numbers. We're going to see. We're going to analyze it. We're going to analyze it. C17, yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete. I'm going to use this one so I don't have 150 lines on here. So they're expecting some movement in this pattern, right? That's what it says. It says we're expecting some movement. So look at that. Look at here. So yesterday was the orange and today is the yellow, okay? Bounce off this cycle level. What is, before I explain this, okay? So remember I just was like, oh, let me check my numbers. Now I squinch up the charts and I look at the market. You know, now I don't need to check my numbers. It's important to kind of understand. Now, can anybody tell me what you think this pattern called for? I just want anybody to try. Let me see how you guys hang out with me long enough. What do you see in this harmonic pattern? What do you see? What would this be doing? Let me make sure I'm asking the question right. What do you think that if this goes to take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3, what do you guys think this would be doing? Somebody drop it in the chat. Somebody drop it. Yeah, it'd be a sale. It'd be a sale. It'd definitely be a sale. It would, what I call it, a reversal. But what else is it doing? That's not really what I'm looking for. That's why I'm asking, because I'm trying to get you guys to think. Trying to get you to think. Where's my take profit 3? I will be coming back and closing out this market structure. So yes, it's calling for a sale. Yes, it is. And yes, it's talking about coming back. So, well, did we not create a higher high? We got a higher high right here. This did not. But so all of you guys are right in what but I'm trying to get you guys to see the big picture, right? This will be coming back. So if this comes down here to this, now we're not getting in a trade right now, but how do you identify if it's going to start changing? Absolutely. It didn't create a higher high. But if I'm coming back down here, right, you can see it would be closing out. Like, remember how we look left? So you can see that this third take profit is where the start of this uptrend happened, right? Where this channel began. So we will have to break out of this channel and come all the way down. Now, the only reason, let's look at this because it's always triggered on. So that you see where I am with my 4 hour. And if I look up here, you can see how it kind of did the market. You know, it didn't pull all the way back up here. But if I look, you still see some market structure where this came from here, it came down, and then it came back up. And now you can kind of see where the harmonic pattern is calling for this to come back in the sell. So the reason I asked you guys a question and to get you guys to start thinking is because I want you guys to start seeing the market structure as well. Like, I want you guys to see what's happening with the market. You know, that's ultimately what I'm looking for. And then you will be able to see, you know what I mean? You'll be able to kind of see, you know, what the market's doing and what's happening. So you got it? You see it? All right, so let's analyze it. You got it? You see it? Let's analyze it. If you have questions, guys, ask. because you got a lot of you guys are answering, but I'm asking the questions because I'm trying to make you think. Like I'm trying to, this is about implementing and building this relationship, okay? So we know like I said, we pulled this from the harmonic scanner, all right? We pulled this from the harmonic scanner and pulling this from the scanner. Now, look, my 4 hour, that's a new 4 hour candle, but you see it's rejecting off of that psych level, okay? It's rejecting. And now you see where my stochastic is, I'm overbought. So now the only thing that I can see that, just really looking at this and how it's set up, the only thing that I can see, because I can see it coming back down to here, okay? Right now, no, not this second, but I can see it. But the reality is there is some new, right? We are in NFP week, okay? We are. So one or two things is going to happen. Either whatever happens, if the US dollar strengthens and whatever happens tomorrow, then this would definitely come on down and close out, right? It will. It'll go ahead and go with the market structure. However, because NFP is so strong, you still need to be on the watch that it might not do that. And then this is a lot of momentum. Like this is a lot. Let me show you. All right. This is not going to happen in like one straight down shot. Like that's not going to happen like that. It's just not, that's not how it works. But it's just showing you, I mean, it's almost 200 pips. So it's like, I just pulled the arrow over it. So don't think, you see how this was like up, down, like you see how that moved, that's how the market is going to move. And so it's good to see that, that you got economic, like we got economic data coming out tomorrow. So it's good to see that, it's good to see that the scanner is picking up where there's more momentum, because remember we talking about economic data gives the market direction. So it's good to see that that's what the scanner is picking up. Like, okay, we should come down and really get some nice movement. So you can kind of see where that setup is starting to happen based on obviously what's happening in the market, but based on the anticipation. See, the same way you anticipate, so do the market movers. The same way you are like, hey, I want an X, Y, and Z, like I want to be able to take this trade. You're like anxious and ready. They don't got the anxiety, but they're on the ready. So based on their predictions and the reports that come out and them being on the ready, that's where all this stuff begins to come from. All right. And so you notice that when the market is like at the beginning of the week, during this week, what was our pip count on the one? It was what, 20 pips, 30 pips, was our pip count. But now look, we're almost at 200. So you see the difference as the market, the economic data, and that's why we trained on it. And that's why it's so important for you to understand how important that is. So you want to watch this one as well, this Euro USD, okay? You want to watch that. You want to watch it. You want to watch it. You want to watch it. GBP USD, I really don't have, they had one on there. It triggered for a sell as well, which means that it'd be bouncing off of here and coming down here. We got some more triggers that came in. So I do kind of want to pull that. Any questions, comments, testimonies, guys? Any? All right, none. Let's keep it moving. Oh, that's not what I'm trying. I'm mixing up. No, I'm not. That is. It did come in. All righty. DDP, AUD. I want my own triggers. All right. So come on over here on the 5 minute. Let me put you where it triggered. So on the 5 minute, you guys see a trigger for a buy? Now I'm gonna put this little arrow here so we know what we're looking for. Okay, we know what we're looking for. However, what we also know is that I don't need an arrow when I'm trading live. But I want you guys to hang with me because you can't see my triggers. And not all of you guys didn't tell me that you guys had your computers up. Everybody didn't tell me that. 86708. 86708 is where the trigger happened. So for those of you all who do not have your for those of you all who do not have it, why is this not opening up where I could text? There we go. So I'm gonna make my own little box, right? And yep, make my own box. There we go. Y'all see it? That's our trigger. See? Imagine it's sitting right here. Oops, don't go away. That's not what I'm trying to do. All right. So this just triggered about within the last 5 minutes, okay? Now, this is that trigger point. So in a 5 minute, you see the momentum that's actually pushing up on this GBP. So now I want to come check my 30. Look at this trigger. That's good, right? So here, right, we already know this momentum started here. I'm here, right? So I got that blue line cross over the red. We're still in the upper momentum. Coming over here, look at that 30. We even have a PCR flip on the 30. I still want to know where I'm at. We need to know where we are in the market. So all of this, you see how it tightens up? Okay, so now look at my hour. You see what's happening with my hour? Now come look at my 4 hour. So all of this look like we're about to gear up and we're about to go for that buy. Like we're gonna get some shift here. So where I'm at in the market, you can see the rejection is kind of happening right there. That's not a psych level. It is a support and resistance level, but you can kind of see what's happening. And you could kind of see the validity of that trigger. All right, now, so, I mean, you definitely, like, I would still pay attention to being overbought. Where's my 15? Just got a PCR flip on the 15 as well. Look at my hour. Even I could drop down to my 30, right? Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. So I definitely wouldn't be trying to go past, if you're taking this, I definitely would not be trying to, you want to pay attention. Now, let me guys help you. Okay. Let me help you. Cause some of you guys, your pip reaction time, some of you guys, that reaction time, look at my lower time frames and you see, we kind of pause a little bit here, got a little pullback, get another candle here in just a second. But let me help you guys. Cause that pip reaction time, boy. All right. So understanding, that pip reaction time, understanding that, like, let's look at this. So if you get in a trade, like this is your price. Let's just say you got in a trade. Let me help you guys with a take profit kind of thing. Let's say you got in a trade, like you see where it triggered like right around there, around here, but you don't get in a trade till somewhere around here. That's the price, right? 8679. What you guys would do would come back and add 10 pips to that, and you'd be trying to go to 868. Let's see, 8683. Let's get an 8683 right up in here. Okay. You guys will be trying to come up to here where your take profit is. Now let me show you something. All right. Remember we talked when we train on the psych levels, okay? Sometimes, like, I would just make this 0. You want the 10 pips, but sometimes you might just have to round this to that 0. And I say that, not the pipette, I'm talking about the pip, okay? And I say that because your pip reaction time. And that's why you'll see some people cash out and some people don't. Because, like, let's say it did. Now you see, now if you adjust it, you might have got 8 pips out of that. But those zeros, the market, right, impact on the market. So you can do your 10 pips and cash out. You can kind of let it keep going, but you don't want to go past like that, where we know we're going to stop is around that, around, not psychological level, around that first support and resistance line somewhere up in here. That's because we don't know if we got a good trend direction. You just know you got a good trade set up. So it's pulling out of here, right? It's pulling out of here. It's pulling out of here, but you don't know if it's going to keep going. You got to let the market finish doing what the market does in order for us to understand if it's going to keep going. Any questions on that, guys? Any questions, any comments on that? At least say no. At least say no. This is Thursday. We're supposed to be up. Yes, get where your energy at. See, I get quiet, y'all get quiet. Okay. I'm like, we are sitting here. You were thinking. So, but yeah, so you can kind of see. All right. All right. And now you see, what do? We had, now look, do you see how it's reacting to this line right here? This is why. Stop trying to push it. But you see how we're reacting to this line right here? So had your take profit been up here, now we know based on what we're seeing, that look at how that one pulled apart. Look at how my 15, right, just pulled. We just got this new 15-minute candle. This is a brand new candle. Look how strong this candle came in, right? Look how strong this candle came in. So we know, but look at this one. Right, this is, if I got a new 15-minute candle, that means I got a new 5-minute candle. So look at this candle, okay? Look at this one, right? So it's reacting from this line. So this is why I always try to tell you guys, this is why I always try to tell you guys, kind of here, right? Like where how you set your take profit, because this is what gets you guys. So that's why, like, I'm trying to show you, as I promise you, based on some pip reaction times, it might only be, some of y'all might only get 3 pips. But hey, I'm just messing with y'all. But I'm so serious at the same time. So, but it'll get better. It'll get better. It will get better. But it's just like, I really want you guys to see, because what'll happen is you guys will try to push this trade way up here, and you can't do that until you get some more setup. Because look at so look at this. So I'm oversold. You can see where that's happening. This is beginning to pull up, right? So we're looking at that trade, see? And you can kind of see, but is this still creating? Obviously, we come to the point where, we're kind of at that bottom, but look at how it had been creating, right? It was impulse correction, continuation correction, continuation correction, continuation, right? You see that? And as you come over here, right, look at where my reaction, look at how the market looks right there. Look how powerful it kind of reacted off of that area. So same thing could be happening. So, but you don't want to push it until you guys know, like, I got to bypass this area for me to have a change. So we're still in a bearish market. All right. You're still in a bearish market. I just want you to know that the market is still bearish. All right. So the market is still bearish. It is bearish. None of that has really moved. Yep, none of it. You can see, it's trying, but we're still overbought. It is trying, but it's, that rejection's happening. So, all right, let's see. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you trade. So let me see. We got another trigger over here. Can I show the GU chart again? Absolutely. All right, so just know, well, let me see, because these trigger, let me adjust these if they 3758. Yeah, that's the one we marked up. 372. Actually, it's not. This is the one from yesterday. It's very similar though. So I'll just adjust them to what today's scanner said. I'll make these little adjustments. We didn't really go over this one. I guess we can. You got it? You got what you needed? Good. All right. So, right, that one is going to be more off because I'm going to pull that back up. So you notice that what this is triggering for, like, I still got space to go up though. It's triggering for a sell, right? You see my hook trying to happen right here. What is it bouncing off of? Let's put our psych level right here. So what is holding this back? What's holding us back? It's a psych level, right? It's a psychological level right here. It's holding us back, okay? So, but you see, I even got another PSR flip here, but my hook, you can see, look at the hook on the stochastic. We are definitely rejecting. You can definitely see, look how that's pulling. Look at my 15. It's like we're trying to get through there because this channel, you see in this channel, It rejected off of this psych level here, rejected here, rejected here. So it's a very valid, very valid harmonic scanner setup. Okay. We're overbought. So we rejected previously, then pulled down. So are we gonna pull back down, come out of here, break the channel, and then start pulling back down, right? That's ultimately what we're looking at. It has the potential to come up here, but I don't see it, but then it has a potential. I can see it from here, but it's been rejecting. Even when we look back, look at how hard it's rejecting. See, the more zeros in a psych level, the stronger it is. So you definitely can see where it's been rejecting and everything off of that. So it looks like it's going to be trying to pull back down for that sell. And if it does, it's going to come to about right here. But once again, you want to wait on the setup. You don't want to try to take anything without proper setup. I'm not even excited about when we're this close to fundamental news, this close to fundamental news like this. I'm not that thrilled about doing the stop orders. Not a day before NFP, you have no, and then you got that news that's going to happen in between the calls. So no, I'm not that enthused about doing that. Like, I'm not getting excited about that, about a stop order, right as you're waiting on NFP to hit or something like that. You say, thank you for explaining how the candles feeds into each other. That was helpful for awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Very glad to hear that. So, all right, guys. Any other questions, comments, or testimonies before we close out? Any questions, comments, or testimonies before we close out? Any questions, any comments, any testimonies before we close out? We got one saying it was helpful. It's helpful. It's helpful. Thank you for explaining that. So, all right, none? Okay. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, extremely helpful. I'm happy to hear that. So we're going to trade. We're going to be successful. We're going to walk in wealth, right? We're going to do it. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, 9 a.m., right? Today is Thursday. Today is the day we close out strong. We're winning on Thursday. I mean, we are closing out strong. And so just want to say 9 a.m. we'll be back on here. And we're definitely going to have an industry focused call. And then, of course, tonight at 9 p.m., we have our advanced call. Okay, guys? So with that, you want to be plugged in. You want to be around for all of it. So love each and every last one of you guys. Yes, it is a winning Thursday. It absolutely is. Love each and every last one of you all. And I will see you back here, God's will, at 9 a.m.